But I mean, let's see. I met Michael Jordan. I met him twice. I met Ken Griffey Jr., Dan Quayle. I mean, he's not really a celebrity, but you know, he was the vice president, right? Yeah. Tiger Woods. I met Tiger Woods before. I don't know. Got some other randoms. Oh, Kylie Jenner. That was the dopest. Oh, well, let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
I've talked about that before on the show. Kylie Jenner and Tyga when they were dating. So my homie, he works for he used to work for Tyga or work with Tyga. I don't know. They had some project together. But they're friends though, and they've been friends for a long time. So he asked me to go up there and help him with the project. It was a photography thing. So I guess they were shooting a commercial for an app that Kylie Jenner was coming out with. He's like, hey, go meet. And the thing about this is that it's like, dude, it's your homie. Like, it's not my homie. He's like, yeah, just go meet him at this address. Yeah, he'll know you're coming. Like, no phone number, no nothing. And I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna run up. Hey, bro, like,
Tyga.
Yeah, he sent me. Like, I don't. But so like, yeah, basically, so I was like, all right, I guess, like, whatever, you know, it was paying well, so all right, sure. So I go up there, and it was at like a music studio not a music studio, like a video studio. There's like 100 people there. Oh, cars everywhere, you know, like there's a party happening while they're filming this thing, which I think is inappropriate. Let's do some business, please. I don't know what the is going on. Because none of them are in the video for the app thing.
They're out there chilling.
It's just like hangers on, you know? And I got my big old, you know, like photography bag, and I'm like trying to get through the people, you know, like
excuse me.
I'm like, Tyga, are you here? Excuse me, Tyga?
Dude, this makes me feel uncomfortable imagining you walking into this.
Yeah, it made me uncomfortable too.
With a whole bunch of niggas.
Yes. So finally I do get up to him, and of course he's looking at me like, who the fuck are you? And then I explained what I was there for. He's like, oh, I don't want to say my buddy's name, but he's like, oh, you're whatever told me. He's like, oh, yeah. He's like, go in the back right there. It's like the private green room, and just hang out for a minute. I'll be back there. So I go back there and I sit there, and then him and Kylie come in, and I'm like, I'm awkward. Like, I don't really get starstruck, but there was no, like, if I was there with my friend, because it'd be like anybody, you know, like if I was just going to work with somebody, it's like and you're just, hey, they go meet over there, and there's no direction and shit. I'm just like, all uncomfortable. But that's kind of how it was. And we talked for a minute, and then they're like, oh, go meet us at the house. We're gonna do this at the house. Another like no directions thing. And I'm driving through.
Tyga in his Ferrari.
Dude, they dipped, and I gotta run off to my Prius that I parked 5 blocks away because I didn't want anybody to see it.
Yeah,
so
they're like, yo, you gotta drive 5 blocks behind us with that.
Yeah, no, literally, like I drove by the spot. I was like, I'm not pulling in that fucking parking lot with this shitty ass car. Like, everything's on rims. It's neon lights and shit. Like, yeah, like, I'm not pulling in with my little gray Prius.
Whose man's is this? Whose fucking man's is this?
So anyway, then we go up to do that shoot or whatever for the thing, the company thing at the house. That was the first time I met him, and then the second time I had to go straight to the house. This was with somebody, at least this time. Holy shit! And but they were filming some show on MTV. He had a show on MTV for a while. And it's funny because they made me sign the release. You know, like if you're in the house, you got to sign the release regardless of if you're gonna be on the thing. And I was all like, because I'm just looking around the house and they're filming shit. He's walking around the house talking, and they're like trying to make these big scenarios up. You know, it's like a reality kind of thing. So they're trying to make all this drama up. And then I get caught in the background, like looking at the camera like multiple times because I'm in the background. But then I was talking to somebody, and I look over and I just stare at the camera like
you're Jim from The Office.
And then even the producer, I saw him like annoyed, you know, like the guy, not the camera guy, but the guy like behind looking at the monitor. He's like,
what is this?
Who is this?
This is the Prius.
Like, stop looking at the fucking camera, you moron. I mean, nobody said anything, but I just happened to look, and I'm staring at the camera, and then I look over and I see him looking, and he looks up at me like, what the fuck? But then anyway, so then they go off, they all go off to the this is the second time. So they all go off to the pool area to film something, and I'm standing in the kitchen by myself waiting to do this little photography thing. So I'm standing in the kitchen, Kylie Jenner comes in again. I'm like, oh shit. And it's just me and her in the kitchen. She's like, hi. I'm like, hi.
She's like, hey, bitch. What that mouth do?
Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say here. I don't know, but
she's like, are you the Prius guy?
It's like, is that your shitty ass car out front? It was same kind of scenario though. When you pull up, so in that neighborhood, if this area of Calabasas. I don't remember exactly where it is, but basically it's rings of gates. So like we wouldn't even get in the first ring. Like we couldn't even buy a house in the first ring. But like at the middle ring of the gates, it's basically like because Justin Bieber lived right there, and then she lived in a house there, and he lived in a house. I don't know how it all worked, but anyway, so we had to go through like 10 rings of security to even get there. And every time you get to the next gate, they gotta call the security guard has to call the house, and then and they describe the car, and you say who you are.
They're like, are you sure he's in a Prius?
Yeah. Literally.
No one comes all the way up here to Prius. No one comes all the way up here to Prius.
I have the shittiest car.
They have like a fleet of loaner cars. Like when you go to a nice restaurant, they give you a jacket and you don't have one.
Like park that over there.